Can an entrepreneur with a small project succeed in big countries like Africa and Asia? Well, Samir Hajee is an INSEAD MBA, and we caught up with him here in Barcelona at the IESE conference on doing good and doing well. Samir, welcome again to INSEAD Knowledge. Samir, when we last spoke with you, you were literally running off to the airport in Paris to catch a plane. You were going to be deploying your Nuru individual lighting units. So what's happened since then, and how has your business model changed?
What we found in the field was, in fact, the areas where we were field testing happened to have electricity, erratic electricity, but electricity, for most of the day. And most people were reporting that for 2 hours a night they would get power cuts, and for 2 hours a night the product was, tremendously valuable. But the recharging mechanism, the power cycle generator, this bicycle generator, wasn't valuable to them because they had electricity during the day. So we went into India with the intention of actually targeting the 40% of India that is off-grid, but what we ended up finding is that we actually had a product that would service the other 60% as well. So in fact, it was a mixed blessing. So we've got now sort of a dual approach in India, one where in the areas of erratic access we're actually providing a light with an AC charger. And then the entrepreneurs that we set up as our rural retailers are then providing extension recharging services to off-grid areas where even our microfinance partners don't even have a footprint.
So you found a new market and new distributors.
Exactly.
Well, that sounds like good news.
It's absolutely good news. And so now the market's completely opened up for us in India. Our partner in India is quite excited about our scale-up plan that we've developed. We're scaling up our manufacturing in India. So by July, we're looking at delivering 50,000 units a month into the rural Indian market. And hopefully by the end of the year, 300,000 units.
Any other countries you've added to your list? I know you're in Africa.
In Rwanda and Kenya, we've got a much more modest scale-up plan where we're looking at 40 entrepreneurs, 10,000 units every quarter, because that's what's, basically that's what we're able to fund on our own. As you know, we just recently won this UNEP Sasakawa Prize, which provided us some additional funding, which we're basically going to be using to help us scale up in Africa.
Why did they give you the prize?
I guess primarily because they were looking for grassroots level initiatives. The judging panel consisted of the UNEP director, Achim Steiner, as well as 2004 Nobel Peace Prize laureate Wangari Maathai, who I had a chance to meet just a few days ago. It's fantastic that we're getting this kind of recognition from senior level people. Your
microfinancing partners must be pretty pleased.
Yeah. In fact, they're ecstatic, and I think since we've come along, they've kind of realized that this is something completely unique. It's not only creating a livelihood, but then at the same time, it's also then providing the crucial low power energy that these communities need.
Are you on target for your financial goals?
Not really.
No?
Not really. I think at this stage we would have expected to have raised a lot more money than we currently have. And honestly, for us, the bottleneck really isn't that there's no consumer demand. The consumer demand is there. We've got a way of getting the product to market. The microfinance partners are willing to absorb product and then deliver it for us. We have the production capability in our factories to produce the units. Essentially, for me, the next step is to, one, find some people in India to help manage our engine operations, our Indian scale-up plan. We've got a full team in Africa to help scale Africa.
Microfinancing seems to be very popular these days. What's your take on all of this? Is this going to be good for your efforts or bad?
Our microfinance partnerships are crucial to our business model. And I think the microfinance partners have been really easy to work with, primarily because what we're offering is a sustainable livelihood to their consumers. So it's not that we're asking them to provide a loan to someone for an asset, maybe a roof over their house or for a TV. We're helping them create livelihoods by providing this business in a box.
Having said all this, are you optimistic?
Very optimistic, and I think even more optimistic given the recent recognition from UNEP. And I know our team is re-energized as a result of this.
Samir Hajee, thank you very much for being with us on INSEAD Knowledge.